Guys, so apparently I'm once again sitting on the surface of the sun. Sorry for that. Also, I apologize for not showing you guys a great shot of the books when I came out of the library. It is so freaking cold here. Holy God. And the wind will just slice right through you. But I got 2 books. Now, this vlog is only going to be on one of them, because we don't want a 3-hour long vlog. My vlogs are long enough with one book. So I think for the vlog, I'm going to do Rachel Harrison's Cackle. This has been on my Goodreads for a while, and oh, I love the cover. I absolutely, you can't see it. Not in this card. You'll see it at some point. But it's been on my Goodreads for a while. It sounds interesting. The little blurb is just like vague enough to get me interested, but the other book I got, it's been getting such rave reviews on BookTube, and I know I saw John over at Books of Blood and Lydia at Typical Books read this and say that it was amazing, and when I saw it on the shelves, I was like, absolutely, hell yes, Slewfoot. So, yeah, I'm going to read this, and you know what? I'm probably going to start them both. I mean, come on, let's just be real here. But I will vlog on Cackle, and I'll do a separate video maybe on Slewfoot. So, anyway, guys, I'm going to head back to the house. Like I said, guys, it is freaking cold. And yeah, I'm going to be back in the warmth of my little hermitage. Is that a word? I think it's a word. I do have to stop and get one ingredient for dinner tonight. But then we're going to go back and read. See you in 50 pages. Bye for now. Hey guys, so I'm getting ready. I'm just settling in to talk to you all. I'm getting ready to finish the first half of my day where I have a few hours break in between classes. And I got to 50 pages in our book, Cackle. And okay, you guys remember, if you watched my review of Stephen King's Later, I think this is the first time I ever mentioned this, about how much I love a strong narrator voice. This book is a contender for one of the best narrative voices I think I've read in a long time. Oh my gosh. So, a few thoughts. The first one was about the narrator voice. She's funny, and she talks to you like you're in the room, which I love. I love that style of writing. It's one of my favorites. There's enough intrigue. You remember, I think I said this, that the blurb left just enough to the imagination that I was intrigued. I'm still intrigued. There's definitely something going on. We've had what could possibly be an apparition, not quite sure, but the real intrigue is the town. So if you like that Stepford Wivesy, Edward Scissorhandsy type of neighborhoods, we have that here, and I am loving it. Absolutely loving it. The biggest thing that stands out, though, is her narration. And, you know, the fact that she's talking to you like you're there really gets me invested. Like, she's going through a breakup. Again, that's not a spoiler. And I think some of the thoughts that she puts out are things that everyone thinks going through a breakup. So if you've ever been there, you're going to find yourself, like, nodding along with her, you know? Okay, now the second thing I wanted to mention in this first check-in is how much of an idiot I am. So do you guys ever read something and the character does something and you're like, why are they telling us that? You know? Like, you know it's supposed to be important possibly later on. Okay, so far in 50 pages, she has a new apartment that she has found 4 spiders in, right? And she's not scared of spiders. So I'm like, why are the spiders here? And I'm getting, like, witchy vibes. I'm not going to go into that yet. But I'm getting, like, some witchy vibes happening so far in our story. So I'm thinking, like, okay, are the spiders familiars? Like, sent to spy on her? I don't know. You guys know I'm never right. So, but I was like, why are there spiders? Why are there so many spiders? I'm an idiot. I'm a straight-up idiot. So, and you know, fun fact about me, I used to have severe arachnophobia when I was like a kid and teen, like almost running, screaming out of the room for spiders. I'm far better now. I still can't go so far as to say that I like them, but I'm better. Anyway, I will see you guys in another 50 pages. Hoping to get some of this read in between classes, so I know there will at least be another check-in today. I'm sure of it. Bye for now. You have anything to say to your fans, sir? Anything for your fans? Nothing? Okay. You want to tell them about how much Mom's been reading? Do you want to tell them anything at all? There's that face. Okay. 100-page check-in. Guys, I'm in love. This book. Okay, you see I'm in my kitchen and I've just been pacing for like, I don't know, 40 minutes, an hour, reading these next 50 pages. Okay, in the span, there was one that I didn't mention because it was in passing, but in the last 50 pages, there's been 2 more for a total of 3 references to, wait for it, Beauty and the Beast. Yes, of course I'm gonna love it. If you've been here for any length of time, you know that's like my favorite story ever, like my favorite classic. And so we've met this character Sophie, and I am getting some like really awesome pagan-y like witch vibes from her. It's so good. It's so good. And we're still on this spider kick. So there's been a little tiny possible connection between Sophie and these spiders because she made this offhand remark about curses, and it's so minute that I can't tell you if it's actually connected. This is just me rambling, and you guys know I'm never right, so it's probably not. But this really disgusting scene just happened with a spider, and it was glorious. But yeah, we saw Sophie's house. It's a mansion. It's an absolute mansion. Just everything about it, I'm just like, yes, I want to live here. Will you adopt me? And then, of course, you know, Sophie's like this too perfect of a character, you know, like has this air of mystery and magic. And one of the best parts, everyone in the town acts really weird around her, and I cannot figure out why. It is mentioned that she owns a lot of land, but that's literally it. So I don't know if it's like some kind of enchantment or what's going on. I don't get that. I don't get like Halloween Town kind of vibes. Also, our girl, Annie, the narrator, so funny. Oh my gosh. So stinking funny. Actually, let me read you all. I have found myself chuckling so much at this girl. So she's a teacher, and she is meeting the principal at her new school for the first time. Listen to this. This is her describing the principal. She's a fellow 30-something named Jill with straight bangs and a high ponytail. She wears a button-down underneath a sweater. She looks like she could be in a commercial for a wholesome brand of lactose-free milk, or maybe high-fiber cereal. I love that. I absolutely love that. Can you not like just hear the sarcasm? And that's her. That's this entire book. That's how she speaks. I love it. I love it so much. So if I haven't said that I'm enjoying this, if you can't catch that vibe, I'm enjoying this. I don't know how much more I'm going to get read. I have to be in class in about 45 minutes. So I have some household stuff I need to get done. But yeah, I'm in love. Guys, it had Beauty and the Beast references. Come on. Anyway, I'll see you guys in another 50 pages. Bye for now. Hey guys, sorry about the lighting, but I really just wanted to hop on here. Something just happened that I wanted to tell you guys about before my old brain forgot it, and I'm in the kitchen getting ready to heat up dinner. That's one of my time-saving hacks. A lot of times when I cook during the week, I will make enough for leftovers so that I don't have to cook. Yeah, take that and run with it. It really does save time. Anyway, so Rooftop just messaged me on Goodreads, and told me about a new booktuber that he found. And when I saw the name, I knew I was going to be in love. His name is Brocky Horror. I love it so much. Anyway, I wanted to tell you guys about him. He's really got an awesome channel. He only has a couple of videos, but his voice is that like, it's that Steve Talks Books and Stuff voice that I talked about in the Paxi Awards. It's very soothing. And I like his style. I'll leave his video information down below. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of tell you guys in case you were looking for someone else to watch. But yeah, I've really liked him, so I thought, hey, you know, why not let you guys know, right? This is a vlog. You guys just get my stream of consciousness and everything that happens. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Guys, do you ever neglect like your chores and stuff because the book is so good? So I didn't intend to make this like the witch book haul or something, but I knew that Slewfoot, at least I think, is about like witchy type stuff. I did not, though, know that it was going to also factor into Cackle. So that's a pleasant surprise. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, but I have a strange fascination with all things Salem Witch Trials-y. Yeah, like a crazy fascination. I've seen all the documentaries, read an embarrassing amount of books on the topic. But yeah, so I tried to get, tell me if anyone else does this, I tried to get a lot of like my chores done, you know, like the sweeping and the cleaning and all that, before I taught classes so that all I had to do after class was read. So here we are at the 150-page check-in, and it's been less than 24 hours since I got this book. You know, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't feel like this is horror. Now, granted, there are some really spooky parts, so if you like the paranormal, I feel like this is leaning much more paranormal, witchy kind of deal than like in-your-face horror. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm concerned where it's going because I feel like everything's getting set up to blow up in our faces. Yeah, so we have Sophie and Annie and this friendship that's happening. You know, Annie's trying to deal with this breakup and blah, blah, blah. But this whole friendship between Sophie and Annie, Sophie is a little clingy, you know, and understandably so. But I'm afraid that it's going to not have a good end. And I'm concerned because we're over halfway done and there hasn't been any kind of like crazy blow up yet, I guess you could say. So I'm wondering where that's going to happen. And I also, me being me, want to know more about her backstory because she's kind of like been revealing things. Remember, no spoilers here. That's for the review. She's been revealing things about herself and I want to know more because there's a lot of history here. So I'm hoping we get more history on Sophie as a character as we go on. But, you know, if I keep plowing through this book as fast as I am, we might actually do Slewfoot in this vlog too. And something else fun too, I should have some packages coming. It was in need of like some long sleeve shirts and other things, frivolous stuff. And every now and then I will allow myself to do that. So I thought we could do like an unboxing or something if it gets here. I think it should be here by the end of the week. I'm thinking. So if it gets here, we'll do that together. You know, you guys can see the origins of some of the crazy shit that I wear in my videos. So anyway, guys, there's not a whole lot else planned for today. It's so cold. I never want to go out and do anything when it's cold. I have to go get Mrs. Horse later. So there's that. But who knows? Like I said, this might be a double header vlog if I keep plowing through this book because I'm loving this story. I really am. But I will see you guys in another 50 pages or whenever. Bye for now. Guys, a little bit something different. Excuse the headset. I'm actually down here doing some stuff on the computer and I went to put on some music and Muse has a new song out. And hang on, let me check. I have a gigantic, does anyone else have like a giant playlist of music on YouTube? Because I do. And actually it looks like maybe they've released a few songs, But this one that I've been obsessed with for the past 10 minutes is Won't Stand Down. Highly recommend. If Editing Me is not an idiot and remembers to link it in the comments, you should go check it out. The video is really cool too. So, just a little something for your playlist in case you're looking for something new. I'm really loving this new Muse song. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Okay guys, I am walking into the panic room to do the 200-page check-in because we need to talk for a second. It's later this same day, okay? I actually just got out of the shower. It's probably why I'm a little red. Anybody else take like terribly hot showers in the winter? I hate being cold. And like the only time I truly feel warm is after getting out of a hot shower. So I'm probably gonna like scald myself one day. Anyway, that's not why we're here. I will read this book, and there are certain points where I keep thinking to myself, I'm gonna have to tell you guys that this isn't really horror. And then some kind of like batshit insanity happens, and I'm like, nope, there it is. This book, I keep thinking like, how can I describe this to you in the vlog without giving you spoilers? And the only way I can think of it is like, imagine if Jason Voorhees wrote a fairy tale about a witch. Okay? Imagine that. You have these like certain horror... Sorry. Xander's barking at God only knows what. You have these certain horror moments, but then the majority of it is very like, I don't know. Again, I go back to like Stepford-y or like fairy tale-y in a way. You know, you have this wonderful character of Sophie, who we still haven't gotten a lot of backstory on, but I'm kind of okay with it, really. And then you have this absolutely fantastic narrator in Annie. There was just a scene where Annie went on a blind date. Her humor, she's super sarcastic, which I love. I absolutely love that. But her humor is amazing, and the way it's put forth. And now we have this new development where she's like kind of coming into something that she wasn't aware of before. I can't really say what, at least not yet. And I can't figure out if it's really her that is doing all these things that she's experiencing, or if it's Sophie. Because Sophie will cop to a lot of the stuff that happens to Annie. See, and you know what? That's another thing. Because I don't know really how to feel about Sophie either. You know, Sophie is, you know, kind of like portrayed as this mysterious character, but I can't get a handle on her. It's almost like she is... You've seen this in like Lifetime movies. Like, you know, somebody gets obsessed with someone else and they're like the best of friends, and then it just all goes south and the obsessive person wants to take over the other person's life. I can't tell if there's a smattering of that or if she's just this super lonely person that hasn't had a friend in a long time. Because, you know, most of the town is kind of like weirded out by her or flat out scared of her. So I can't really get a handle on her. And I mean, we're less than 100 pages from the end here. Okay? And I really don't know where this is going. I have this idea that maybe it's going to be like this self-actualized journey for Annie, but I don't know. But I am loving the ride. Again, I want to say it's like Jason Voorhees wrote a fairy tale. It really is. And it's perfect. It's so good for like a winter day, you know? And I can't really even tell you why. It's got this... And I don't think, unless you are a lover of like scary, spooky, horror, paranormally stuff, I don't think you're going to get this vibe. But for me, it's cozy. Okay? It's cozy. But then you get this like crazy shit, like this one dude at a restaurant with bones, and that's all I'm going to tell you. But holy God, was it great. It was so good. It was so fast, but it was really good. And he had it coming too. He had it coming. Everything that happened to him, he completely had it coming. This is why you don't act like a little shit to people. Because karma, baby. Karma. Anyway, so I'm just waiting on the boy to get home from work. And yeah, not a whole lot else left for today. Which is great, because that just means I get to read more. No joke, I might finish this. I doubt today, because I'm losing daylight. But maybe tomorrow. And if I finish it tomorrow... I'm going to finish it tomorrow. Who are we kidding? Then I'm going to include Slewfoot in this vlog. I just am. Because if not, it's going to be like a day-long vlog, and nobody wants to watch that, right? We're used to like movie length up in here. I have to give you a reason to have popcorn, right? Anyway, I will see you guys. Let's see. I think, yeah, we'll do another 50 pages. We'll do another 50 pages because I think it's right, and I think it's like 280, something like that. So yeah, we'll do another 50 pages. Since I've done all this shit in like a day. Yeah, let's do another check-in. Who knows, right? I'll see you guys later. Hey, side note. I was putting my camera back on the little stand thing, and I realized that I forgot to tell you guys about one of the absolutely cutest parts in this book. The spiders. I know. I went on this big long tirade about how I was like super arachnophobic and how I still don't love them. This book could make you love spiders. They're not all through the book, so if you don't like spiders, don't worry about it. But there's this one, like Sophie, or like, again, I hesitate to call her a witch. They don't call her a witch. She's just like this interesting individual. She has this thing with spiders. The only way I can think to describe it to you is like they're familiars. But so Annie is going through some shit and she wants to like help her out. So she's like, here, take Ralph. Ralph. And it's like this big giant spider, but he's so big that apparently you can see his face. And I know at first you're like, but the way they describe him, it's talking about how like he loves the color orange and how he has this big grin all the time and how he loves to watch HGTV. Stuff like that. I love it. I love it. It warmed my heart over a spider. Yeah, and that's coming from somebody who's not like the biggest fan. So, hey. Anyway, I had to tell you guys that before I forgot. I'll see you in 50 pages. All right, guys. I'm going down the steps. Again, this is how much I trust you all, that you might witness my death. So we'll just sit right here. This is the 250-page check-in. Yes, it is later the same day. The boys should be home in like 30 minutes, so this is legit probably the last check-in for today. But we are less than 50 pages from the end. I think I only have like 40 pages left. So it occurred to me that I haven't mentioned much about this whole like breakup situation that our narrator Annie is in, but it really hasn't been a lot of the focus of the past few chapters. However, it's starting to come back around, and I can't say that I'm thrilled about that because you guys know how I feel about romance in my books. But it kind of takes this whole like self-discovery angle rather than romance angle. I hope that makes sense. So I'm interested to see where this takes off because the breakup is starting to come kind of back into the forefront. And there's a lot that's changed with our girl Annie since the breakup happened. So I'm kind of interested to see where that goes. And I'm wondering if this isn't going to be the catalyst to see like the evil side of Sophie, our like witchy type character. Again, they haven't called her that, so this isn't a spoiler. She just comes off as very witchy. You know what I'm thinking? Imagine like a more grown up Charmed. I know they remade it. I haven't seen the remake. I don't think, maybe an episode here and there, but the original one with like Alyssa Milano and Shannon Doherty, I think that was her name. Yeah, imagine like that whole vibe. So not out and out witch, but kind of, sort of. But I am loving this. I'm plowing through it. So that should be evidence enough that I'm enjoying this. You have these horror elements, you have the paranormal, you have cuteness, like her little spider Ralph that I like did my little interlude with a little bit ago. They made him a top hat. She's trying to cook for herself for the first time, and she's talking about how like the spider sits on the counter and waves his little arms trying to be supportive. Is that not the cutest damn thing you've ever heard? I love it. Anyway, so we should be finishing this very, very soon. And I will start Slewfoot. Again, I didn't intend for this to be like the witch book vlog. I had no idea that Crackle involved like witchy type stuff. I knew Slewfoot did, but yeah, it's just a happy accident. I will see you guys at the end of this book and we'll dive into book number 2. First for our vlogs. Bye for now. Hey guys, welcome to I don't know, 15 to 6 a.m. It's a bit of a slow morning. I'm actually in the middle of a testing week for my students, so it's a little slow for me. But the good news is I read the rest of Cackle. Yes, I read it in less than a day. It's not quite 300 pages. I think it's like 290, maybe 280 some odd pages. So it's relatively short, at least I think so. But I have some thoughts. I loved it, obviously. Obviously I loved it. I read it so fast. But in between classes, I did just, and I didn't watch any videos, but I did just like a search of this book on BookTube. And it seems like it's been popping up on a lot of like horror lists and stuff. Now, again, I didn't watch the video, so I don't know what these people said, because there was a few of them. But I think that if you are a super big horror lover and you pick up this book, you may or may not be disappointed. I think it's going to be polarizing. People are either going to love it, or they're going to be like, wow, that wasn't horror at all. There are 3 points in the book that I think could definitely be defined as horror. But by and large, really, I think it's more of like an empowerment kind of tale. Now, that being said, it definitely has some like wonderful paranormally spooky kind of twist to it and some absolutely beautiful imagery. But I think if you are really hardcore, like you like the twisted, gory stuff, this is not going to be for you. You're not going to like it. But it was a really awesome story. I loved it. I still stand by what I say, that the narrator, Annie, is amazing. I loved her voice. I loved the humor in it. She's easily one of my favorite narrators that I've read so far. I really, really enjoyed just listening to her and how she phrased stuff, you know? Now, that being said, I've said it over and over. You guys know I don't really care for like hardcore romance in my books. This one had one, and it actually ended exactly the way I thought it would. It wasn't used to the end of like being a cutesy romance, but it was used for like our narrator's empowerment, which I knew that's where it was heading. Now, is that my favorite storyline? No. Did I enjoy seeing Annie's journey? Yeah, I did. Simply because she's a likable character, and I really enjoyed how she phrased stuff and her voice overall. But I will still say that this book is going to be very polarizing among my horror lovers. I think if you want like a little bit of maybe like a palate cleanser or something like that, or if you're looking for like an easy kind of witchy, paranormally kind of read, this is for you. But if you like the hardcore stuff, you know, like I don't think you could go from Donald Ray Pollock or Jack Ketchum to this. You know, they're on two opposite ends of the spooky spectrum, if that makes sense. So, but I did start Slewfoot too. So this is going to be a double header. It's going to be like a witchy double header vlog. And I'm like 20 pages in. I think I said it in an earlier check-in that I have a slight obsession with the whole Salem Witch Trials era, which this is already feeding into, so I'm loving it. Yeah. So I already think I'm going to love it. Also, the artwork. Oh, the artwork. Hang on. Let me grab it. The book's right over here, right next to my little desk thing. So, yeah. Look at this. Let's see. Well, we already know what the cover looks like with that awesome, like, woman on the broom. But just open the cover. Look at that. Is it damask? Am I saying that right? I don't know if you can pick that up, but it's like little faces. Yeah? Ugh, so good. So yeah, I've started Slewfoot. I like it. I really do so far. But again, I think my opinion is going to be colored by the fact that I really love that particular point in history. I just love reading about it. I love reading the theories and everything. I feel like if I was to analyze that, it's because, you know, I have this whole like love for theology in general and psychology and history, and all three of those kind of collide in the Salem Witch Trials. So I feel like that's why I like it so much. Plus the whole like witch, scary, spooky horror thing. So anyway, I will see you guys at the 50-page check-in for Slewfoot. Bye for now. 50-page check-in for Slewfoot. So I think I mentioned in my previous check-in that this is like a testing week for me and my students. So I do have a little bit more downtime this week than normal, which is great. So I actually did get through the first 50 pages relatively fast. I think I've been like piddling around the house doing various chores, but I think I got through it in like an hour. So it's action-packed, I think, in the first 50 pages. You really are getting a good introduction to the world and to Abatha, which is our main girl, at least so far. And it's everything that I love about just like the Puritan life, you know, the absolute hatred that I guess you call free-thinking woman feels towards the rules and whatnot, and I like Abatha's attitude. So we did just have a big deal happen with her and her husband, and we're getting these little snippets of what I can only assume is our title character of Slewfoot. So that's pretty interesting. I'm not completely sure like what his whole deal is. He seems to be like a shapeshifter kind of a deal, but it's like he gleans his shape from his prey. I don't know, that's just a guess. Again, you guys know I don't give spoilers in these. This is just me rambling and guessing. So I do have class in about an hour, so I don't know how much more reading I'll get done. I doubt I'll do another check-in before then, but you'll probably get at least one more today, for sure. So yeah, not a whole lot happening. The kiddo got exposed to the you-know-what at school, so she is quarantining at her mom's house, which sucks, but that means that I have even less to do this week. So I guess it's just going to be you and me and books. I do have, like I said, I do have some packages coming. I think they're supposed to be here tomorrow, so maybe I'll show you guys that. That's always fun. And I'm actually in the middle of trying to think about some stuff that I want to do, maybe for Valentine's Day, like some of my little like creepy short videos. I came upon some red body paint and some black streamers, and I have an idea. I don't know if it'll work out. I mean, heck, by the time you see this, it'll probably already be up, but yeah. And if it is, I will link it somewhere here, but who knows? I've just been kicking around ideas. Do you guys ever watch, because I don't have TikTok, but do you guys ever watch the compilations? Oh, I found this, it was like alt makeup compilation on YouTube, and this one makeup look just like leapt out at me, and I think I'm gonna do it for that video, or at least I'm going to attempt. Yeah, but talk about inspiration, my God, it was beautiful. So, yeah, oh, and I've been playing around with some flat lays of books. Again, I don't have any other social media, but I thought it would be interesting, and I'll tell you what spawned it is because the book Cackle is in my color. Like if you take a look at the cover, it's black and green. It's like it was made for me. So that like just kind of inspired me a little bit to do this little flat lay, and I actually did one for Slewfoot too. So yeah, I don't know if I'm completely happy with them, but it was fun to play around with. Kind of just being creative for a little while, which is always nice. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to get back, read a few more pages, and then head on to teach. So I'll see you guys in another 50 pages. Bye for now. Okay, so 100-page check-in. I do have some classes later, so I don't know how much more I'm going to get done today. So I'm going to be straight up honest with you guys. The last like 15 pages, I really started to, I enjoyed it. I'm enjoying the imagery and all of that, but it did start to drag because it seemed like there was just like the same thing being rehashed. Like how many times can you tell me what father looks like, which is like, I'm just going to say he's like the beast in the woods. That's all I'm going to give you. And then how many times can you tell me that Abatha is seeing things, or, you know, how many times can the townspeople make fun of her, things like that. So it was starting to drag a little bit. Again, still an enjoyable story. And I personally am loving how they are like describing the woods and things. You know, I'm going to tell you, you know what I kept thinking of? And this is horrible because this season was absolutely wretched. But the Avatar The Last Airbender, the second installment, The Legend of Korra, had a series run called Spirits. And I'm really getting a lot of that out of some of the little like wild folk that they're talking about. If you've seen The Legend of Korra, particularly the Spirits season, I think you know what I'm talking about. Like the woods being alive with all these like weird kind of characters that vaguely resemble animals. I was getting a lot of that out of here, which I really enjoyed. But one thing that I have been noticing, I mean, because there's not a great leap between a big like horned thing in the woods and the Puritans thinking it's Satan. I mean, come on, everyone's going to think that. But up until now, up until like the last 2 pages, they really hadn't solidified that connection. And now something just happened with the Beast character, Father, that makes me wonder, because and again, this is not a spoiler, this is just me thinking out loud. I was thinking, because it's talking about how, you know, Father has this connection to the humans, and he's made reference to how the Puritans are paler than the humans he remembers, but his recollection isn't like complete. So it makes me wonder, or at least I was thinking, like, you know, maybe the last time he had interactions with humans were with the Native Americans in that particular area. So, I mean, that would have been a while back, probably before the Puritans, because the way it's described, there's been a good amount of time that he's been gone. But then we get this scene where he is called Satan, and he's like, what's that? So I was thinking of like, you know, like there's a lot of names for Satan, you know, so I'm like, is this character like the Satan, like from the Bible Satan? Or is this just like a demonic creature that we have slapped the name Satan on? I think you know what I'm talking about. Like, you know, that whole, like, he's got a ton of names, you know, obviously. So now I'm kind of wondering, like, is this going to get a little bit more religious, which I'm down for, or are we going to go like more pagan? You know, are we going to really dive into like the Puritans and really validate their concerns that Satan's running around their woods? Or are we going to go like more towards the pagan side of things and get a little bit more into that? Either way, I'm here for, because I like both of those things. So I will still say that the last couple pages were kind of dragging a little bit, but I still enjoyed it. I love the description. The writing is just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, and can we talk about some of the horror scenes? Like the shit that Abatha sees when Father is out hunting with the wolves. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Almost so that you can see, like, if they was to make this a movie, like, to me, I can almost see it in my head. It's very eloquently written without being, like, disgusting, you know? Like, talking about blood and shit, but it's not disgusting. Somehow it's beautiful. Maybe that's just me. That could just be a me thing. Anyway, I'll see you guys in another 50 pages. Bye for now. Hey guys, so I think I mentioned this. Don't quote me. I think I mentioned that I had some packages coming. Well, 2 of them showed up. And I wanted to show you guys what I got. This is off of Poshmark, which is where I get probably 90 to 95% of my crap, just because I can get it super cheap. And yeah, I'm excited to show you guys what I got. So, little backstory. My bag broke. I do think I'm going to try and fix it though, because it was just the handle. And I have this like craft idea in mind for it, so we'll see. We'll see. That's probably coming to you on a vlog. Coming to a vlog near you. Anyway, so I needed a new bag. And then I found some other goodies. And yeah, my mom had given me some money, and with the strict rule that I had to buy something. I couldn't put it towards debt, which I listened to my mother. So, you know, and I did need some like winter stuff. If you guys haven't noticed, my like cold weather vlogs, you've seen like hoodies, because that's what I live in, because I freeze to death. So I wanted to get like some long sleeve stuff, something like that. So let me shut up and show you what I got. Okay, so first thing is I got this long sleeve shirt, and I wish you guys could feel it. It's really thick. It seems really well made. It is Black Matter, which I've never heard of, but I like it. That made me laugh because it's just so not me, right? I'm just full of passion. But yeah, it's really thick to me for a long sleeve shirt. So I love that. Fits me like a dream. Then I got this awesome little cardigan that still had the tags on it. And it was like, I don't know, $5. It was pretty cheap. And I mean, of course, come on, right? I think we all know what attracted me to it. So yeah, I love cardigans, especially like come spring and fall. These are perfect when you're freezing to death but don't want to put on a hoodie. And then I like Poshmark because you get all these like free goodies. Look at this. She sent me a scrunchie and it's green. It's like the universe knew. She also sent me all of these really cool stickers. I mean, look at this one. Is that not cute? But yeah, there's a ton of them. And then I just like that there's this like random mushroom. But yeah, awesome little face wash. And then I got this, which is just a choker, which I adore. But then from a different, because this was Coven something. I can't think of the name of this store, but it was Coven something. And then I got this guy, which is just amazing. He is a messenger bag. Nice canvasy material, so I feel like it'll last. Yeah, just your standard messenger bag, which I like a messenger bag because A, it's big enough to hold all my shit, including books, and B, the handle is rather wide, or like the shoulder strap, so that it doesn't hurt my shoulders because I'm old now and I have to worry about that kind of thing. But isn't that pretty? The little bat, like little filigree bat. I thought that was pretty. Anyway, so that's it. I just wanted to show you guys. If my other stuff gets here, there's not like a ton more. There's a couple shirts, and I'll show them to you if they get here before this vlog's over. So I will see you guys at the next book check-in probably, or you know what, just whenever. You know, I'll see you sometime, right? Bye for now. Hey guys, 150 page check-in for Slewfoot. So, you remember when I said, I think it was in the last check-in, that the book was starting to drag, or had a few like draggy parts? Not anymore. So, I am loving this whole dynamic between Abatha and Slewfoot. Oh my gosh, I'm loving it. Actually, you know, that's not even a spoiler because I'm not even sure that this thing is Slewfoot. I'm not 100% sure. So, there's that. Anyway. You know what I was thinking, and this is going to sound like me rambling, but that's my vlogs for you, isn't it? This whole, like, there was just a scene with them in the woods with some ointment, and yeah, you know, I don't give spoilers here, but, you know, they were doing this whole deal with, like, the ointment and some roots and stuff out in the forest, and the way it was described, I kept thinking that if you were a witch at this particular point in history, like during the Puritan times, or really any time, like someone who does witchcraft, who I guess you would say dabbles in the pagan arts, however you want to call it, I would think that the way that this was described, this particular ritual, must be what it feels like for a pagan person to perform witchcraft or something like that. Because, I mean, it was just, it was eloquently written, it was beautifully written, and I just kept thinking, like, this must be what it feels like for someone, you know, and I kept thinking, like, you know what, if you could go back and ask one of these Puritan witches, or the cunning women, or however you want to call them, this must be how they actually felt, like, when they were performing these rituals or these tasks. And I love that. I love that. It was so cool to capture that essence in a story, you know? Anyway, so, like, it is so cold here. Oh my gosh. Like it hurts my body kind of cold, you know? But anyway, not a whole lot left to do today, honestly. I've got to make dinner later. Kiddo's here. When I walked up here to do this check-in, her and the boyfriend are currently watching. Do you guys remember the whole, like, Max Headroom incident where he, like, broke into the TV broadcast? Yeah, so he's downstairs showing her that. And she's like, people actually break into TV? Because, you know, nowadays all we have are, like, streaming services. So it's like mind-blowing. for a kid to hear something like that. So, but yeah, if anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about, maybe editing me will put like a link to something having to do with the Max Headroom incident down below. But yeah, so they're downstairs watching that right now. And I'm curled up with the biggest blanket that we have in this house, you know, wanting to get through some more of Slewfoot and not freeze my butt off. But anyway, I guess I will see you guys in the next check-in. Bye for now. Hey guys, good morning. It's about 7 a.m. And I am in between classes. If you guys have been watching my vlogs for a while, you know that my classes on the weekends are slowing down considerably. So I've been having a lot more time to read in the mornings. And I just got to page 200 of Slewfoot, and boy. So it went exactly where I thought it was going to go. I mean, if you know this much about Puritan New England and the whole witchcraft chaos that happened, I knew that this was going to happen to our girl Abatha sooner or later. But there was a part of me that was really hoping she'd get away. And Wallace, man, you know what? Here's the thing though. Up until now, Wallace is the only one that I really hated, for obvious reasons, but the whole town just sort of did this complete 180, which again is not shocking, but I was like, damn, that's terrible. You know, it just makes you like lose faith in humanity that they can just turn on someone like that. And the thing that really gets me, and the thing that I've said before, this was a time period in history that I absolutely was obsessed with for the longest time, and still am, kinda. Like, if there's like a documentary on something on TV about like the witchcraft of Salem, or you know, even the UK, I'm all about it. So it didn't shock me that the town reacted the way they did, but it always saddens me because I keep thinking that these cunning women, these witches, if you will, I feel like most of them were hated and arrested and killed because they were knowledgeable and tried to help other people, you know, and that's just so sad. That's so sad to me. You know, just the fact that you actually know what this particular plant can do, and I mean, what medical profession, am I right? And here they make these ointments and things and they help people, and then the whole town's like, witch, you're in league with the devil because you actually know what this plant does. Like, that's just so sad. Anyway, so I am still thinking, and if some of you are watching and you are practitioners of the craft or you are Wiccan, please comment down below and tell me what you think, especially if you've read this, because I keep thinking that this is, yes, it is a story about awakening, obviously, with Abatha, but it's written in such a way that I feel like someone who is a practitioner of witchcraft would almost see a love story here. I hope that makes sense, because it's written so beautifully and so eloquently, especially with the embodiment of the craft in the character of Samson, kind of, sort of, that it almost to me comes off like Abatha falling in love with this wild nature of the witch, or the witch side of her. I hope that makes sense. I feel like if you've read this, you'll know what I'm talking about. But I would love to know if that's like accurate. Because, and I'm not going to get super religious here, but you guys know my background. I have studied religion for a number of years, and it is something that I really love to read about and study. But there's that whole concept of, you know, loving your deity. You know, like in Christianity, you know, like loving Jesus, for example. So it makes me wonder, is there a similar concept in witchcraft? I feel like there has to be. And I know some witchcraft doesn't deal with deities. You know, some people I think just focus on the elements. But I feel like there has to be like that nature of loving whoever it is that you're worshiping, or whatever verbiage you want to use. And this story is just so gloriously encompassing that feeling, you know? Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And just the imagery. This whole scene on the broom, and you know what, I know you're like, a broom? Really? It's like hokey Halloween, like witch on a broom? I thought that too. When they first introduced like this whole broom scene, I was like, really? Like, how cliche. It's beautiful. Oh, it was beautiful. Lovely. So lovely. Anyway, if you can't tell, I'm loving it. But I'm going to head back, maybe read a few more pages. I do have a class in about 15 minutes, 20 minutes or so. So I will see you guys in another 50 pages. Bye for now. Hey guys, so we're going to do some crafting, kinda. I have a cheap mirror, and I just put little like D-ring hangers on it for the back of my door here and the panic room. Look, I did that in like no time too. If you watched me put this desk together, you know how handy I am. Anyway, so we're gonna paint it because right now it's white. And we're going to do some crafting. Yeah, so I'm gonna rearrange you guys. Don't worry, I'm not gonna ramble during this one. We did enough of that when I made my jacket. So yeah, maybe I'll just fast forward this part. All right, guys, what do we think? I think it is perfect. Yeah? Let's see. You guys know the style I was going for, right? I wanted to look a little like wacky and funhousey. I think it is perfection. Guys, I'm here with a 250-page check-in. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying that I taught yoga this morning, and a lot of times when I come out of yoga, I'm like, wow, maybe the world isn't so bad, you know? Because I love my students, and I love teaching. So I get home, and I'm reading, and it is just, it's this scene, like the climactic scene that we all know happens to witches in the 1600s. It's that, and it's just it's so well written. You guys remember how I told you that I have like this slight obsession with that particular point in history, mostly because it combines two of my loves, which is religion and the psychological aspects of it. It was so well done. Just the descriptions. One thing that I absolutely love, and I think I might actually read this in the review. One thing that I absolutely loved was Abatha talking about how, you know, in this climactic scene, which I'm not going to give any more detail. I feel like you can guess if you know anything about like the witch trials. During this climactic scene, she's talking about how like the righteous people who think that they're doing God's work, those are the ones that are actually more frightening and worse to her than those that are like reveling in the torture. And I concur. I totally agree. You know, and it was talking about how like at least cruelty doesn't wear this mask. Oh my gosh, I love that. It's so true too, right? So incredibly true. I mean, wouldn't you rather know where you stand with somebody, you know, rather than putting up that facade? Oh, and eloquently written, so well written. Although I'm waiting. We haven't checked in with our Samson in a while, and I have to say I'm getting kind of fond of him. You know, it occurred to me that this is some like weird twisted version of Beauty and the Beast. Kind of, sort of, you know? Yeah, and you guys know how I feel about that story. So yeah, maybe part of me, like the little girl part of me, is just waiting for the Beast to like ride in and save the day, which may or may not happen. It could go either way. Anyway, we might finish this book today. We shall see. Bye for now. All right, guys, I finished it. And you know what? You know what? As if it couldn't have gotten any better, there was an epilogue. Guess where it ended. This isn't a spoiler. West by God, Virginia. It ended in West Virginia. As if it couldn't have gotten any better. Like I said, I take back everything I said about it kind of sort of like lagging there for like a few pages. This book was gorgeous. Beautiful. I loved it. Absolutely adored it. I cannot wait to talk about this in the review video with just all the spoilers. And this was one of those that I found myself like cheering because everything that happened, I was like, yes, finally some justice. Very much like I did with our Pollock book, The Devil All the Time, where I was like, go Arvin, go. I was like that here. I was so cheering on Samson. I really was. It was great. But guys, I think I'm going to end this vlog here. You know, we've actually read 2 books, so this is a first for us here with our little Panic Room vlogs. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know down below if you did. But thank you guys so much for hanging out for another vlog. Please like and subscribe. It would really help me out. And until next time, bye for now.